Hey, in this video I want to talk about the Clarity Framework. So when I did my work over the last years, I figured there are so many different methodologies and frameworks and systems like Scrum, Design Thinking, Lean Startup, Agile, business model innovation, all those kind of things. So many words, right, that you can't sometimes even remember or know what they actually mean. And I tried to figure out what is kind of an underlying framework that covers it all without exchanging them, right? It's not either or, but is there an underlying framework through all our projects that we do that is always repeating itself and that you can find again and again? It's so-called a common pattern, I would say. And I figured, therefore, the Clarity Framework. And when you think of that, every project, even every meeting that you have, starts with the phase of understand. You understand the challenge that you have, you understand what you want to talk about in the meeting. Everything starts with understand. And you need to do that first before you can do something else. From understand, you progress to create, where you create prototypes or ideas or concepts, whatever it is, finding solutions for the challenge ahead. And then last but not least, you have share, where you go out to the world and say, this is my idea, this is my concept, this is what I want to tell you about, this is what I want to convince you about, or this is what I learn about. And you share your thoughts with somebody else to gather feedback, getting better next time. And that's the Clarity Framework, as simple as it is. And to make that more explicit, let's dive one level deeper. So imagine you're trying to solve a complex challenge. First, you want to understand that challenge, because a lot of people do the mistake that they just jump into create and they find great ideas for a challenge that is not clearly defined yet. And sometimes they're solving a problem that nobody actually has, right? So we want to understand first. What we do is we try to explore the problem. We harvest all the information that we have, all the elements regarding that challenge, and then we connect the dots, right? We connect all the elements to each other to understand the bigger picture of our challenge. Is that like more in that direction, more in that direction? Is it more about the customer, more about our internal technologies, whatever it is? Once you understood that, you clustered your thoughts and the research that you have and the insights, you continue to frame the problem, which in my case often is a drawing or something, or perhaps it's a map or whatever you have, a visual tool, or perhaps it's a presentation where you say, this is the problem that we want to solve. Once you've done that, you go ahead to create, where all the fun happens, right? So you ideate a lot, lots of ideas on the table. You do the famous and infamous brainstorming and other techniques to generate a lot of ideas. But then comes the pain point. You focus your efforts, which is deciding what idea do we want to take first, to develop further, to build, for example, a prototype, because that's the third activity within Create. That's make it tangible. We design a prototype, we perhaps create a PowerPoint presentation or a poster, whatever it is, to somehow show to people, make it tangible to people what we thought about, so we can get some insights on that. And when you progress to the phase of share, you first want to prepare your story flow. That is about how you want to present the concept or the prototype that you have to other people. Lots of people don't think about that thoroughly, and I'm always pretty sad, to be honest, when I see great ideas presented in a really bad way. And then nobody's listening to you, but you had a great idea, so if you would have shown it better, you would have won, and you would have convinced those people. So please think about the story flow. How do you want to present? And then when you have thought about that, you can just present like a pro. And perhaps I show you some of the techniques throughout these videos here, and you get some ideas how you could do it. But just bring your best self, be interactive, be personal, and share whatever you have with people. And last but not least, that's a point that a lot of people forget too, is capture the learnings, right? You, in some way or the other, ask a question on how could I do better? What did you like? What didn't you like? Do you have further ideas on this? Either on the concept itself or on the way you present it. If you do that, you can then continue with a new level of understanding next time and raise up your game as well. Raise the level of where you're operating and getting better every time incrementally. And that's what it is when we try to solve challenges that are complex as well in an agile and sometimes chaotic environment, incrementally getting better every time with using the Clarity framework of understand, create, and share.